Those last few miles hurt so bad, but I have never dug in so hard in my life. I was determined not to let Swindon happen again. I was determined to get that sub 3. Oh my gosh, the pain, I can barely walk. Up guys, Andy Forestine Runner here, on my way to the Abingdon Marathon. It is the morning, it is race day. I am super excited. It's been a funny old journey this morning, a good hour and a half in the car, so legs are a bit stiff. So the wife's dropped me off about 15 minutes walk away just so that I can stretch the legs and so yeah, feel a bit better. So today, absolutely no pressure, super excited. Should be an awesome day. First marathon since Newport back in April, and yeah, 2 weeks of marathon training should lead to an exciting day. Keep the heart rate, the goal today, keep the heart rate between 150 and 155 for the first half, see where that drops us. Anyway, need to get a move on, all the signs are out, so let's get cracking. So there we go guys, 20 minutes until the off, we're about to start, we're here, everything's ready, everything's done. I'm going to drop the bag off, we're going to get to the start. You're going in the bag, I'm afraid. I need to concentrate and have a bit of fun today and enjoy myself, so I'll see you on the other side. Wish me luck, it's a marathon, it's going to be tough, but it should be fun. Oh my goodness, 2:59:44 unofficial, sub 3. Those last few miles hurt so bad, but I have never dug in so hard in my life. I was determined not to let Swindon happen again. I was determined to get that sub 3. Oh my gosh, the pain, I can barely walk, but we did it! Sub 3 baby, sub 3. So there we go guys, Abingdon Marathon done and dusted. Back home, got the medal, got the t-shirt. Nice t-shirt there. Another race t-shirt. So I do apologise for the lack of race footage today. I just kind of went out there in a zone. I'll explain it all in a minute. Before we dive into anything, I need to extend a humongous thank you to each and every one of you for supporting me along this journey. I posted my results out on social media, obviously gobsmacked, and your comments on Strava, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything. It's just, it blows my mind, and I really can't thank each and every one of you enough for your support. You're there for me with the lows, and today, the highs. It's a result that I can't even fathom, something that I was shooting for in Newport when I'd done 18 weeks of training, and I've managed to achieve today on 2 weeks of marathon training. Haven't even trained and didn't even go in with the mindset that I would try and crack 3. Let's dive in to everything. But once again, guys, such a big thank you. I can't express enough how much of a thank you I can give you. So in terms of the day, I went out today. For those of you new subscribers, I announced this on the channel a while ago. I said today, Abingdon Marathon is all about me just having fun. I've had 3 official attempts, 4 attempts at a marathon. I've only got done 1 relatively decently. That was my unofficial attempt around here when I ran my own marathon a few years ago. But each official marathon I go to, I just seem to get wrong somehow I just get it wrong. So today was no pressure. I didn't want to train for it. I didn't train for it specifically. I literally did 2 weeks of training, 56 miles and 63 miles, and that was it. Tapered straight back down. Of course, we've done all the 10k and the half marathon training. We ended up doing 6 weeks of half marathon training, so I was completely underprepared for this thing. And that was great because I went in there with a fresh mind, a fresh approach, and each of you kind of said on the video when I announced it, great attitude. I think we should all go in with attitudes like that, and I think we all need to prioritise a race on the calendar where we just have no worries, no stresses about what we're going to achieve. It was such a relaxing and mental relief to feel nothing, no pressure towards the race, but just to go out there and enjoy it. Secondly, it's a place where it was very sort of near and dear to my heart. It's local to where I used to live for 16 years, where I was brought up. So I just wanted to run through all the villages that I knew and just kind of soak it all up and appreciate being back there, because I haven't been back there for 16 years. It was great. So we rocked up on the day, and for those of you who knew the strategy and what I'd said that I wanted to do, I literally wanted to click the heart rate monitor onto 150 to 155, run the first half at that heart rate. It's exactly what I should have done in Newport, and just see where it puts me. And if I'm honest with you, I knew that it would put me around the 650, maybe 640 pace mark, but it wasn't in my head that I was going to run a sub 3. I just thought to myself, just run at that heart rate. The only problem is the heart rate monitor did not work. So if you look at my Strava, there's no heart rate. I dropped my bag off with 10 minutes to go, turned my watch on, couldn't pick up the heart rate, deleted the heart rate monitor, re-added it, couldn't find it. So the battery is obviously gone in the heart rate. I just need to change the battery, but of course my head was in a spin. I was like, oh my gosh, I was relying on this thing to pace this well and sensibly. And of course the heart rate broke or wasn't working. So I had to run, find a tree, chuck it behind a tree whilst I ran, and then I picked it up at the end. So I just knew that I had to go out and be sensible today. That's all I wanted to do. And I thought, actually, do you know what? It doesn't matter. You don't have technology. Plan B, you just got to roll with it, haven't you? These things happen. They're sent to test us. And that's it. So the gun goes off, and I set myself back a fair few rows to make sure that I got caught up in the traffic so that I didn't go out too hard or too fast. Ironically, I ended up clocking like a 6:42 first mile anyway. Such an incredible calibre and standard of athletes at Abingdon Marathon. So many runners going sub 3. It's insane. I came way down the pecking order. And we went out there, and I just thought to myself, just run comfortably. That's all you want to do. Run and smile. So I just got into a groove. I got into the heart rate that I think I should have been running at. I felt that kind of pressure on myself that heart rate would normally bring. I just clicked into gear and I stuck at it, and the miles just ticked off. I didn't even think about the miles. I was just looking in the villages, appreciating, going, oh my gosh, I remember going there, I remember going there. That skate park over there is where I got the scar from my elbow from. That made me chuckle. I could see Didcot Power Station. It's just all these incredible memories come flooding back from my childhood. So of course I was just appreciating the course and just running. And as you can see by the splits, I cracked even splits. I was running around the mid 6:30s, I think it was. Some low 6:30s, some high 6:30s, creeping into 6:40, but that just seemed to be where I sat, and I was so comfortable. I was talking to all the marshals, saying thank you, Marshal, talking to the spectators, high-fiving the kids out on the course, just everything. I was just soaking in the atmosphere. Everything I wanted to do, I did. And I was so proud of myself, because I thought to myself, this is what you've set out to do, and that's all that's happening. So we hit halfway. I think I split 5k in 20 minutes and 10 seconds. I split 10k in 40 minutes 20 seconds, literally bang on. And then half marathon I split 1:25:30. So at that moment in time, I guess I was on for about a 2:51 or something. And I kept going, I just kept persevering, I just kept chugging along. We start loop 2 because it's a 5 miles out, 2 9-mile loops, and then back a shorter way back to the start. So we started that loop, felt good, felt fresh. Noticed my pace was dropping about 5 seconds a mile a touch, but I wasn't putting any extra effort in. I was just chilling out, feeling good. And I thought to myself, just get to 17 miles, the hoodoo mile that beat you at Gloucester Marathon, that beat you at Newport Marathon, and just get past it. So I got to 17 miles, felt great. 18 miles ticked off, 19 miles ticked off. And I was at that point sitting in the 6:40s, early 6:40s. Dropped, as I said, 5 to 10 seconds a mile. Still felt great. Was not stressing in the slightest. But of course, by that time, the reality had set in that actually if I just can maintain this pace, I will get a sub 3. And I think it was around mile 18, 19 when things started to get serious. But the one thing I've alluded to mention, throughout the whole race, from the first moment I took that gel at mile 6, I had stomach cramps, stitches and everything. And it was soul destroying because obviously we've been here, you guys know the suffering that I get when I get these stitches. It scuppered my plans at Swindon. And I just thought to myself, I'm running at a slower pace than the half marathon pace, so I should be able to do my in through the nose, out through the mouth breathing. Do that for a minute or two. I could nose breathe at that pace. It was absolutely fine. So I was just battling the stitches, and there was probably between mile 6 and mile 18, about 3 miles in total where I had no stomach issues. The rest of it, I was either battling a stitch or my stomach just feels like it scrunches up when I take on any fluid and any gel. But the problem is that I know I can't get around without taking on fluid or without taking on gels. So what I had to do at the mile 6 point, when I felt the first effects of the issue, was simply to not push on. I knew that if I got to halfway, I had in my head that I might kick on. I knew that I couldn't do that. I just needed to maintain pace, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to manage the stitch and I'm going to blow up exactly like I did at Swindon. So we were battling that all the way, but I was determined not to let it ruin my race. I was determined not to let the enjoyment go from the race. We got to mile 19, felt great. Mile 20 came, and I hadn't slowed at that point. I was feeling good. I got to 20, I had this beaming smile on my face. I felt great. I was just in my element. I was so good. And it felt great, and I thought, bloody hell, I've got to 20 miles. I've never got to this point in a marathon feeling this good. I've got 10k to go. And a runner came past me, and he was huffing and puffing, but he was doing amazing. And I said, mate, you're looking really strong, well done. He said, yeah, that's it, 10k to go. And I was like, yeah, 10k to go, that's it. And literally the second he said that, I could feel myself start to slow down. I thought, oh, okay, well, whatever, doesn't matter, because actually if you don't get sub 3, it doesn't matter, that's not the point of today. Because deep down at that point, I'm not going to lie, I thought, well, it's on, so I'm going to try. And I think I clocked to 7:05, 7:06, and I thought, okay, that's fine, just hold it at that point, that's not a problem. Went through mile 21, mile 22, 7:20 something. I thought, okay, not too bad. I forced down a third gel, my third and final gel. That's all I had, 3 gels, because that's all I could stomach. I was really trying to eke out the gels. So obviously, potentially not enough fueling there. I know that's why things went peaked on at the end. Quite frankly, I don't care. That wasn't what today was about. But 7:20, mile 22, and I thought, okay, don't panic. That's fine. You can still get your sub 3. It's not a problem. And then I think mile 23 came and I hit 7:55. And at that point I thought to myself, okay, you've got a park run to go. And I remember seeing the clock, and it was around my watch, and it was around the 2:33 to 2:35 point. And I knew I had 25 minutes to get back with a park run to go. So I knew I had to run, I can't remember what it was, like 8-minute miles. So then I ran an 8:0, then I went from a 7:50 to I think I went to like an 8:04 or something, or an 8:10. I thought, okay, I'm really starting to hang. I could feel the effects of not having enough fuel on board whilst trying to battle, not puking because my stomach was trying to make me sick. I was retching at that point, and my stomach was just in knots from trying to take on this third gel. And I thought, just hang on. And at that point, that was the first point in the race I wanted to stop and walk. But I knew at that point that I was not going to let anything stop me from getting that sub 3. And I knew there was nothing that was going to stop me from walking. I knew I wasn't going to walk. That was the one thing. And if I didn't get the sub 3, I'd be a bit gutted because I was on for it, but I was not going to walk. So I really was getting into a bit of a death shuffle. Mile 24, 8:24 per mile or something. And I thought, wow. I literally, the clock hit 2:40, mile 24. I had 2.2 miles to get to the end and 20 minutes to do it in. So at that point, we'd come out of the town. I knew there was 2 miles to go, and I just had to grit my teeth, and I pushed on, and I got an 8:04 in, I think at that point it was mile 25 was like an 8:20 something. And then mile 26, in that last mile, I thought, I need to dig in. Someone ran past me as our watch beeped at mile 25, and runners were streaming past me at this point, and he said, come on mate, you've got 9 minutes to get to the end. And I thought, that's it, 9 minutes. I've got 9 minutes to get to the end. So I clocked to like an 8:04, and that was about 25.2 or 25.3 miles. So I knew that I had less than a mile to go, and I had nine minutes to do it in. So I got to the 26th mile and I ran an 8:04, and I thought, yes, you're clawing it back. And basically the last bit, you've got to go all the way around the track. And I literally hit the track, had about 1 minute 45 seconds to do 400 meters. And that was the fastest 400 metres I felt like I'd ever done. Of course it was 6:10 pace, it wasn't fast at all, but I was determined at that point to get to the end. My stomach was pulling me over, arms and legs were everywhere, but I couldn't give a monkeys, and I came onto the final 100 metres 29:12 or something, I can't remember, 29:20 something, and I thought just sprint. And I remember looking up and going, come on, like this, and I crossed the line, 1:59:44 unofficial, and this elation came over me that I battled the stitch, I battled the cramp, I battled the limited fueling that I could do, I battled the demons in my head that stopped me from getting that sub 120 at Swindon, and I just didn't stop. And the one goal I had today was not to stop, and we got 2 goals smashed with the sub 3, and we didn't stop. And at the end, and now it's been a few hours after the race, I am absolutely wrecked. I'm not going to lie. This is the worst I've ever hurt after a race. It literally is. My left hip is in agony. And what normally happens with a marathon for me is I always take a week off. Regardless, a marathon is such an unpredictable and big stress on the body that it's so important to recover from the marathon, because we're just going to injure ourselves if we try and keep going and going. But I thought to myself today, because I wasn't really going to try, that I would be able to have a few days off and then kick on maybe Thursday. No. I will not be running to the weekend. I will have a good 5 or 6 days off, and I will just chill out and enjoy resting, let my body recover, and just try and get back to some normality. So that, guys, is in a nutshell, a very big nutshell, and I appreciate if you're still here in the video, the Abingdon Marathon. Once again, your support is mind-blowing. Thank you so much for all your positive comments, everything. You are legends. I cannot wait to have a rest this week. Live stream hopefully this Wednesday with a fellow YouTube creator, which should be epic and awesome. And of course, that's it from me. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. I love you all. You are just the best subscribers on YouTube. And I'll see you next time. Until then.